Today is a very special day. Fellow YouTube lawyer and my friend Nate Brody has finally seen the light on the Michael Flynn judicial saga, and legal, well,
he's got some splaining to do.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and I hadn't planned on doing a vlog today because I just did an amazing live stream with Robert Barnes yesterday. I blasted out 5 highlight segments from that live stream today, but when I woke up this morning to a text from my friend Nate Brody who said, "Dave, you were right on Michael Flynn," I knew I had to do a vlog. Now, for those of you who might be new to the channel, I have been vlogging on the Michael Flynn judicial saga for a long time now, and I am one of those people who started off this journey thinking Michael Flynn is guilty, he pleaded guilty, what is all the hoopla about? This is all political nonsense. And as a result of all of the research I have done on the subject, I have done a full 180 and come to the realization that Michael Flynn was in fact innocent. This was a total political hit job, he was totally railroaded, and this is entirely political garbage. Whenever there have been material developments in the file, I've done a vlog breaking it down and explaining it as best I can. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll include a playlist to those videos right here. Give it a watch if you have not yet seen them. And this morning I wake up to a few texts from Nate Brody saying he has finally seen the light as well and realizes that Michael Flynn was in fact innocent and was in fact done dirty. Now he is going to do a video breaking it down like only Nate can do, so go to his channel and check it out. It should be published tomorrow if you're watching this today, or yesterday if you're watching this the day after tomorrow. And the revelation could not have come at a more opportune time because we are literally, as of the day of shooting this, on the eve of the oral arguments to be presented to the DC Court of Appeal on Judge Emmett Sullivan's petition for rehearing en banc, where the Court of Appeal has asked to address 2 questions. Did Michael Flynn have other appropriate means to obtain the relief sought such that the issuance of a mandamus was inappropriate, and should Judge Emmett Sullivan be disqualified from this case? Now, I am absolutely not giving you the 30,000-foot overview of the subject matter. I am taking for granted you know it, but I'm joking. I'm really not doing it this time. To understand this revelation, we have to go back to a vlog I did on June 3rd, 2020. I see something in the back. I'm working here, come on! If you haven't seen that vlog, give it a watch now because it is going to really help you understand what I'm about to say right now. And if you have already watched that vlog but forgotten it, give it a rewatch to refresh your memory because it's really going to help you understand what I'm about to say right now. Mr. Flynn hired new counsel in June 2019. Before entering an appearance, counsel wrote to the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General to request a, quote, review of the entire Flynn case for Brady material that has not been produced and prosecutorial misconduct writ large. On July 9, 2019, the Rafikian court unsealed filings indicating that Mr. Flynn would not be testifying. The parties here nonetheless agreed that Mr. Flynn's sentencing should be deferred until at least after the Rafikian trial. From what I understand, Michael Flynn testifying in the Rafikian trial was the cooperation with the government that might have allowed Judge Sullivan to reduce any sentence he would impose on Michael Flynn's guilty plea. You will recall that Michael Flynn agreed to a plea deal and pleaded guilty, but Judge Emmett Sullivan delayed sentencing pending Michael Flynn's cooperation in another court file, that being the Rafikian court file. And what was the Rafikian court file? Well, what I'm about to share with you right now is information that was shared with me by Nate Brody, so I've got to give him all the credit in the world for really making me appreciate this. Bijan Rafikian was Michael Flynn's partner in the Flynn Intel Group, which was a lobbying group. Anyone acting as an agent to a foreign government has to register under FARA, which is the Foreign Agent Registration Act. And the accusation was that the Flynn Intel Group was acting as an unregistered agent to a foreign government, that being Turkey, and that was in fact the basis of the charges that were brought against Michael Flynn and Bijan Rafikian. And in my previous vlogs on the subject, when I said that the FBI threatened Michael Flynn to go after his son, it was on the basis of these alleged FARA violations, which is why Michael Flynn pleaded guilty. But Bijan Rafikian, on the other hand, did not plead guilty and insisted on going to trial. Rafikian refused to plead guilty, he insisted on going to trial, and he was in fact convicted by a federal jury on 3 charges of acting as a foreign agent, conspiring to act as a foreign agent, and conspiring to make false statements or omissions on FARA filings. And this is where Legal Eagle comes into the picture, and this is where Legal Eagle has some explaining to do. On May 17th, 2020, he made a video explaining the situation in which he said the following.
Now, at the same time, a Turkish national named Bijan Rafikian was a partner in the Flynn Intel Group. Rafikian, Flynn, and others lobbied the US government to extradite Gulen to Turkey. And as it happens, Rafikian and a co-conspirator were later convicted in their role in plotting to covertly influence United States politicians and public opinion against Gulen. And as if this wasn't enough, Flynn and his son were allegedly offered $15 million to travel to the Poconos and kidnap Gulen and extradite him to Turkey. And a reminder why this is important, Flynn was frequently lobbying foreign governments without disclosing his activities or his pay arrangements. And it was around the same time that, despite this activity, or perhaps because of it, Donald Trump tapped Michael Flynn to be his national security advisor.
Now, Legal Eagle is in fact correct. In July 2019, Raffikian was in fact found guilty by a federal jury. Trump transition advisor convicted on foreign agent charges. A federal jury on Tuesday convicted Bian Raffikian, a former business partner of Michael Flynn, on a pair of foreign agent felony charges stemming from work the two men did for Turkish interests during the final months of the Trump presidential campaign in 2016. What Legal Eagle fails to mention in that video is a relatively material fact that some 2 months later, a judge overturned that conviction of Raffikian. Judge tosses conviction against Michael Flynn's ex-lobbying partner, Bian Raffikian. A jury convicted Bian Raffikian in July, but a judge said, quote, the evidence was insufficient as a matter of law. And why is this so important? Well, Michael Flynn's business partner, Raffikian, just had his conviction tossed because there was insufficient evidence as a pure matter of law to the exact same thing to which Michael Flynn has already pleaded guilty. Michael Flynn is now saying to himself, why on earth did I plead guilty to something for which it was now found to be insufficient evidence as a matter of law in the Raffikian trial? I want to take back my guilty plea. So Michael Flynn sought new counsel that would not be conflicted, because recall that his prior counsel were in fact the attorneys who drafted his FARA filings in the first place. He sought new counsel to withdraw his guilty plea, which was effectively a guilty plea to something for which there was insufficient evidence as a matter of law, not as a matter of fact, as a pure matter of law as determined by a judge. That judge being Judge Trenga in the Raffikian trial, and because I know a lot of you are probably asking the question, for whatever it's worth, yes, that judge was appointed by George Bush. Judge Sullivan was putting off his sentencing of Michael Flynn under his guilty plea pending Michael Flynn's cooperation in the Raffikian file, but when Raffikian's conviction was tossed, it became clear that Sullivan was not going to get to sentence Michael Flynn to a harsher sentence. After all, the conviction against Raffikian was just tossed because there was insufficient evidence as a pure matter of law. And this was before the slew of other exculpatory evidence was disclosed, revealing multiple Brady violations, as I detailed in multiple previous vlogs. It's nice that Michael Flynn pleaded guilty to something. It's also somewhat material that he in fact pleaded guilty to something for which there was insufficient evidence as a pure matter of law. Now, nothing I've discussed in this vlog is news in the proper sense, but as the old expression goes,
if I haven't seen it, it's new to me.
this is just another layer of the done dirty layer cake that has been cooked up and served to Michael Flynn by a politicized judicial system. And it highlights the principle that just as important as getting the facts right is not omitting material facts. With that said, stay tuned for a follow-up on the outcome of the arguments before the Court of Appeal en banc, because as soon as there is news on that, I will be doing a vlog on it, sure as sugar. Be sure to check out Nate Brody's video on the subject, because it is going to be meticulously detailed and explained thoroughly. And with that said, if you like my videos, you like my vlogs, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below because it feeds the algorithm. If you want to support the channel, all of the support links are in the pinned comment. We've got PayPal, Subscribestar, YouTube membership, Patreon, merch. We've got merch if you want to get some merch, but above all else, take care of yourselves, check in on friends and family, make sure everyone around you is doing well, and now you know your vlog. Peace out. Booyah!